Welcome to On Air with Akilah The Genius. I'm joined today by Grammy-nominated singer Carl Brister and his son Jordan J-Maestro Brister. Carl, you were nominated for your stunning rendition of Janet Jackson's Let's Wait a While. I absolutely loved everything about it. From the video to the arrangement, I thought it was beautiful, magnificent.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did it feel when you found out that you'd been nominated for a Grammy? And can you share that story of how that nomination came about?
All right. So first things I gotta, first of all, shout out Janet, because she's an icon, and I've she was probably my first crush, and that song always spoke to me. So she created the blueprint. So I just got to give credit to her, Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, everybody. And for the Grammy, so the Grammy has two parts to it. There's a part that people know, which is the national ballot, which is the second ballot, and then there's the part that the preliminaries, which is the first ballot. And as a member, I was able to submit my music to be on the first ballot. So it was on the first ballot of the Grammys, and that was a great honor. But we didn't get to the national nomination. But, I felt like that's all good, because to just be on the ballot is an honor in and of itself.
For sure.
So I was, excited and grateful for that opportunity.
Congratulations. And what did it mean for you artistically?
It meant that, my interpretation of Janet's classic was received and considered by my peers in the industry, and considered to be worthy of, and worthy of being a part of that process. The original co-writer of the song, there was someone, Melanie Andrews, who wrote it with Janet. She actually got to me. She DM'd me. She heard the song, and she's like, wow. She's like, this is my favorite rendition of this song that anyone's ever done. So for me, I had already won, because if the writer of a song tells you that your version is dope, then that's you can't ask for more.
Let's take a look at a clip from your short video, Let's Wait a While.
I hope that view isn't all you're gonna look at tonight.
I just came out to get some air.
You want some company? It'll be warmer.
Sure. Why not?
There's something I want to tell you. There's something I think that you should know. It's not that I shouldn't really love you. Let's take it slow. When we get to know each other, and we're both feeling much stronger than last, try to talk it over. Let's wait a while longer. Wait a while longer. Ah, baby, let's wait a while. Before it's too late, let's wait a while. Our love will be great, let's wait a while. Before we go too far. Too far.
Amazing. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you for even thinking to do that.
Wow. Well, you know, I felt like we had heard that song from Janet, who was a 19-year-old young girl when she wrote it, you know. But now here I am, a grown man, and I'm like, what does that sound like, you know, as a grown couple? You know, how do, you know, what's that conversation like between not just the girl, but we never heard from the guy.
Right. So I thought that
He
was
was
really,
just sitting there.
yes, I thought that was a very interesting spin on it.
Right.
So
So
I
how,
loved it.
yeah, so that was my
Let's
whole thing.
talk about your new single, right? It's really special to see a father and son collaboration like this. Writing together and practicing the piano together, um, creating a lovely vision for the song I See You. The track itself is gorgeous, as well as the live performance.
Thank you.
And it becomes even more meaningful once you hear the story behind it. You captured the ups and downs and the full beauty of a relationship so thoughtfully, and you brought it to life as a team. So, Carl, you mentioned the idea came while performing at a wedding
Yeah.
in Newport,
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island. Okay, because there's a such thing as Newport, Virginia, right?
Yeah, that's Newport
Okay.
News. Shout out.
Can you walk us through the exact moment of inspiration?
Yeah. So I was it was this beautiful like bay in Newport, Rhode Island. And the wedding couple were stunning. And there was this, and I was performing with a wedding band as the lead vocalist for that band. And, you know, I'd been doing that for quite some time, going to all these like immaculate weddings. And, you know, I just was like, I'm always singing someone else's song in these moments. It would be really cool to write a song from my own heart that couples could use in that moment. And then we had this long break before it was time to perform, and I just started thinking about when you look into that person's eyes, the only person you see is them. And then you really feel seen by them. Nobody else, everybody else in the room disappears. It's just me and you, and I see you and you see me. And that's why we're each other's person. And I felt like that moment is what I really wanted to capture.
Beautiful. Jordan, talk to me a little bit about the collaboration process. How did you and your dad trade ideas? Was it a true back and forth exchange?
So how we collab with this is we just sat at the piano, like I had one piano, I had another keyboard, and Dad was just throwing out words, throwing out ideas, and then we eventually came up with a melody that was in a different key. And it was truly trading ideas because I gave him one thing, and then he said, "Okay, I have this bridge, right? Do something with it." So, but it was just a fun experience to do because it was truly a father-son collaboration, not, you know, in the studio one week and then mixing another week. It was just trading ideas, and the song evolved from there.
Wonderful. So you guys promised to keep the production simple. Why was that important, and what did it mean to the heart of the song?
That was J-Maestro. He was cracking the whip on that one because I think it really captures that intimate, like just me and you symbolism. and what he really wanted was, and I am so happy that he did. If he wanted it to be really just him and I, like, this is us. This is us doing this, Dad, not us and the whole symphony.
Right.
And but it sort of became symbolic of how when that person sees you and you see them, it's really just us. It's just us.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the two things actually made for good company. And I think the song, actually, the producer, Scott Packham, the music producer, we both said he was right, that less was so much more. All it needed was the simplicity, and that was made it even more beautiful.
And that's how a relationship should be as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah.
because when you see somebody for who they really are, it doesn't take all of the extra stuff to love them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it makes me think about like you said, the arrangement, the production, the father-son relationship, and just how intimate it is to create something with your child. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing.
It was so fulfilling to do this together.
So Jordan, chime in on that. What do you think?
I think that, well, first, I'm happy that Dad honored the promise to keep it simple, and just the relationship between piano and voice and a real relationship. And yeah, that's it. I just happy that it's still piano and voice.
Okay. What do you hope listeners feel when they hear I See You for the first time?
I'm gonna let them take that one.
So what I hope listeners feel is a deep connection to the music, not just, with another partner, but just a friendship. And like all the ups and downs of the music could symbolize a relationship or a friendship or a connection to a family member. So I just want that person or the people who are listening to feel happy with what they're listening to and know that there's someone in their life that sees them.
How old are you, Jordan?
I'm 17.
17. And how old were you when you guys produced this?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Do you want to tell them?
So I was 14. Yeah,
wow.
14 when we started this.
Yeah. We started
I'm gonna have to bring my son up there to you to get some piano lessons. So, well, since we're talking to you, Jordan, since you answered that last question, let's dig in with your background a little bit more. You started classical and jazz piano at 8, right? Yep. And now you study advanced theory at Juilliard's summer extension program. What drives the love for the piano?
What drives the love for the piano? Probably just how it connects with me and how I just love relaxing. And if I'm stressed, I could just play the piano. And yeah, it's just a deep connection to music that I love. Simple harmonies and just the happy things about piano.
Was your dad your first music teacher?
Yes. Yes, he was.
Okay. So he's definitely a big inspiration behind that drive, right?
Yeah.
So you played the saxophone, the clarinet, and even the kalimba?
Yeah. So the kalimba is like, you could think of it as a handheld wooden piano. Sort of.
Like the thing that goes like this, right?
Yeah. Yes. But with your thumbs. Like
but with the thumb. See?
Yeah.
What do I know? Okay. Okay. How do these instruments influence the way you approach a piano voice duet?
How all of the instruments affect, it gives me more awareness to like
Mhm.
what other instruments would do, how they would add to the piece, what they may take away from a certain piece, and how it all connects to the piano and just how they vibe with each other.
I love that. I love that because everything is connected. So this piece might have been something completely different had you not had that background, right?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, Carl,
Mhm.
how has making music together deepened your father-son relationship?
Ah, well, um, gosh. Well, first, this process was not just dad, son. It was Carl and Jordan. So Jordan is a producer on this song. So his voice from start to finish um, mattered. His voice, um, his vision is a part of this. And so I guess from the father son perspective, it's helped me to see him growing up. And it's helped me to be a mentor to him in this process. It's it's been like this way of me walking him through every part of this so that when he does his own thing, I can say, I taught him that. I taught him that. He knows that. He's good. He's got this. And he's going to take this and go even beyond. So I think as a dad, I feel like knowing his talent, knowing his gifts, he's going to go as far as he desires. And I feel like it's giving me this opportunity to make sure I instill in him a lot of the things that he needs to know so he doesn't have to figure them out later. I think the father son part has been captured in the moments that we'll never forget. We'll never forget being in the studio recording together. We'll never forget writing it and exchanging ideas. We'll never forget the time that we've gotten to share on this. And I think relationship wise, that has been priceless.
I love it. Let's talk a little bit about a generational perspective. You mentioned just how proud you are of him, but talk a little bit about what you see Jordan's playing or creative process and how that reminds you a little bit of yourself at his age.
Well, we both love the piano.
Mhm.
And at his age, I was running home after school to play the piano as well. And I was always writing music, and he writes music. So I see that same passion for that instrument, but then also we both share a deep love for music in general,
Mhm.
and we can sort of kind of talk to uh, a lot of we sort of are music nerds. We have our own language sometimes in the house, and his mom and his brother can be like,
Yeah.
here they go again. We both have super powerful ears. We can both hear a pin drop in the
Mm.
music. And it's so funny because it's like, did you hear that? I heard that. Did you hear that? So it's like, and nobody else hears it but us.
Let me
So,
hear some of the music language that y'all be speaking around the house.
well, perfect pitch and harmonics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You're
and
just
all the
saying like
music theory.
you go strong, and everybody in the house is just like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
There's more to talk about than music.
yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you said that you have a good ear, right? Both of you? All right. Tell me why I keep on failing the voice audition.
Oh Lord.
This is the last song I sang. Here, let me sing it for you.
No. You got to not like that.
You like, no, Akilah, I'm not going to embarrass you on your own show.
We're not doing that.
Oh God. Okay. Well, Jordan, what's the biggest musical or life lesson that you've picked up from working side by side with your dad?
Probably my biggest musical life lesson working with dad would have to be know what you want. Like in any process of music, if you don't speak up, then decisions would be made without you. And that's probably the biggest lesson that could be related to music or anything else in life.
I think I'm gonna cry.
Hey, listen, he's doing very well. Do you guys do you produce as well? I mean, like mix master engineer?
Me or
Are you
dad?
asking
Both
of
of
us?
you. Yeah.
Well, we outsource the mixing and the mastering process for our releases, but for things like in-house and scratch, we can do that.
Okay. Jordan, how did the nickname J-Maestro come about, and what does it mean to you?
J-Maestro. How did that come about? It was
Well, we gave him the nickname J-Maestro. Like,
Okay.
so we tried to give them nicknames that would sort of call them to something. You know, there's a whole lot of nicknames out here. We don't want to, but
Right.
they got the funny ones too. But J-Maestro was a name that we used for him. So it was like, we saw that he loved to play all these different instruments. And that's what a maestro is, one who is well versed in a lot of instruments. And so we just figured J-Maestro would help him to see himself there and aspire to it. And that's what's happening.
Love how you spoke all of that into existence through your child and naming him properly, right? Or nicknaming him properly. That's amazing. Okay. So you guys move between genres. And I know you do, Carl, because you've done R&B, country, jazz. How do you choose which song fits what genre, or which story best fits a particular genre?
I sort of let the music choose. I let the music choose. Will Be Spring Again was my country single. And the gentleman that inspired that story was from Georgia. And he's an older gentleman, so he was from a different time. And when I heard his voice in the song, I was like, it's got to be country. It's got to say down south. And so that's how that became what it was. And I See You is a pop single. And I think it was really about making something that could speak to a whole lot of people, that was universal. It wasn't intentional. That's what the song said it was supposed to be. And we followed the path, and it became what people call pop, but it's just music to us.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough to be a creative, to be a musician, a singer, songwriter, because you have to go by the worldly standard of, being put in a box,
Right.
right? And
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, let's just let the music be what it's gonna be. Because,
Yeah.
and let's let it touch people's hearts the way it will, right? We have no
Yep.
control over that,
Mhm.
so
Yeah.
I appreciate, that answer. As the founder of Music Village and the Love Unity Fest, how does community work inform your songwriting?
Oh, wow. So I'm like a sponge, right? I don't know if you feel like we get, I think many artists are like sponges and we absorb what's happening around us. I think Marvin Gaye was a sponge. I think James Brown was a sponge. Even Michael Jackson. Like, we see and we feel what's happening around us, and that stuff just goes in. And then a sponge, after so long, it's going to get full, and it
Mhm.
has to release.
Yes.
And it's released through music with us. So, like songs like "Enough Is Enough" that I wrote after attending a Black Lives Matter rally at the time of George Floyd's murder, that affected me. That affected a
Mhm.
lot of people in different ways. And I absorbed that, and then I just had to release it. It came out in a song. And that's how my community work is all about: being passionate about people, loving people. And it sort of kind of finds its way into my lyrics or my initiatives or actions or things that I get to do through music to hopefully make people's lives even better.
Any plans for more father and son collaborations, perhaps a full album?
I knew this question was coming. I knew it. So we've been kicking around an idea for another song, and we're going to keep it under wraps for now.
Okay.
Um, but right now, Jordan is preparing for his college music auditions.
Wow.
And so he's going to be pursuing classical performance on piano.
I mean,
And
I love it. Yeah.
yeah, so
That,
right
that
now,
deserves applause.
yes. And it's so right now I'm trying to make sure he is focused on that part. And as far as future recordings, I'm gonna allow space for time and Jordan, and just life, and first and foremost God, to
Mhm.
say, okay, let's do this again, or let's do it some more. Um, yeah, I'm sort of kind of not gonna mandate this and that. It just let's just ride now. Let's just
Yeah.
enjoy now and let tomorrow be what it's gonna be.
Love it. J-Maestro, where are you applying?
So I am applying to Juilliard, Oberlin, Boston Conservatory, Peabody. There's so many.
Howard.
Berkeley?
Howard.
Oh, Howard? Oh, yeah, okay. My sister went to school for Howard. I mean, went to school at Howard for music.
Oh,
Ah,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Boston Conservatory is connected to Berkeley School of Music.
Okay. I thought so. Wasn't completely sure, but congratulations to you on your journey. I know you're going to be great, and you're going to be back on my show once I'm on a network, and
Yes,
you're
yes.
you'll be blown up, and I'll be like introducing you to the world.
There you go.
After you've already introduced yourself with your music, we'll just be promoting you even more, even further. So, congratulations on your journey. All right. So, Carl, music has always been a powerful lens through which artists respond to the world. They faced challenges, censorship, and even danger in turbulent political times. How do you see your role and the role of artists today in using music to speak the truth and bring people together?
I think it's something that we as artists have the privilege to take on. The power of art is that we get to speak truths and we get to share our viewpoint. It gets to be done in a way that people can receive it and interpret it for them.
Mm-hmm.
So as an artist, as a lyricist, as a songwriter, as a musician, I am going to speak from my experiences, and that is mine to do. That's what makes us who we are. I think our role as artists really helps shape this country because of that. So I always say, where would we be without Strange Fruit from Billie Holiday?
Mm-hmm.
Where would we be without A Change Gonna Come from Sam Cooke? I'm Black, Say It Loud, I'm Black and I'm Proud from James Brown. Like, where would we be without all the voices of us as artists and painters and writers?
Mm-hmm.
Where would we be without it?
And journalists.
And journalists.
Truth tellers,
So,
storytellers,
yes.
right?
But it comes with a cost.
Yeah.
I mean, truth often comes with the risk that those who don't want the truth to come out may respond in a way that is detrimental. And as a Christian, we know that from Jesus and his life.
Mm-hmm.
But you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. We need that. And so for me as an artist, I came up at a time watching my dad support Jesse Jackson. My dad was a musician, and they would have community rallies to support political growth and community work. And where would we be without it? So I think for me, it's something that is a part of who I am, to use my voice to definitely speak my truth. And if it's doing so to power, then that is what it is.
Thank you.
And then let people grow, let people receive it, and let people do with it what they may. But I think they need us as artists to say the words that sometimes they can't find for themselves.
Mm-hmm. And so one more question for you guys. What guidance would you give other families who want to create across generations?
Can you give us a little bit more context?
So, say, like, for example, what would you tell me if I wanted to just garner some advice on how to create with my son? You know, where do I start? You know, particularly, I guess, if, for example, my son, he took piano lessons. He wanted to play drums. I wanted to get him drum lessons. I wanted to even maybe get him a male piano teacher, because I'm like, maybe it's just that he's not taking to the female piano teacher. I don't know. You know what I mean? I took piano lessons as a child, but I quit, right? I was 12. I got him into music way earlier than 12, because I wanted it to like be a part of him. He was a part of the boys choir of Philadelphia. He got in a year early because he was just that good of a singer, right?
Okay.
So he still has a great love for music. he just doesn't have that desire to be all out in front of people like the way I do, right? So it's just like, but I mean, you don't have to use me as an example. I'm just giving you my story. But tell me, what would you tell me? What advice would you give me, Jordan, as the son, and Carl as the parent? Like, how do I navigate this multi-generational creative space, right, between me and my son?
Support your son's passion for music and don't force it. Like what Dad and I did when we created Will Be Spring Again and I See You, it just happened when we were both practicing at the same time. Like the idea just sparked there. So I would say not to force the idea and the creative process.
Well, Carl, I don't even think I need to hear your answer now, because
I mean, really,
that was so good. No, but tell me what you were gonna say.
I mean, he hit it on the nail. I mean,
He
first
did.
of all, I think you gotta make sure you're supporting their passion and not just yours, you know. And then also make sure their voice is heard, that their voice matters, and that it's a partnership versus a parental order,
mandate, so to speak.
yeah,
right? Yeah.
it's got to be a partnership at that level. That way they feel like they have a part, an investment in it, and a really significant role to play in this becoming successful.
But honestly, I think that everything that you said throughout the whole interview kind of answers that question, right? Just how you were intentional about naming your son so that way he would just walk into it.
I waited to see what his passion was, and I found a way to support it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some horror stories of parents who really like force their kids to take piano or play instruments, and the results are not great if the kid just tries it but doesn't love it. So I think you got to find what your kids really love and meet them there.
Well, thank you, Carl and J-Maestro Brister. Thank you guys out there for tuning in to this episode of On Air with Akilah the Genius. For more information about what the Brister family is doing, you can check out their website at carlbrister.com.
Yes.
And all the information that you need is right there. So until next time, thank you.